says go for it. So now that I have you as a captive audience, just a little bit, I get a little bit about myself. My name is Jami Miller. I do work with Vegas PBS, and I've been in the Clark County School District for 19 years. So I worked my way up from Greenspun Junior High math teacher all the way up to Vegas PBS, and you're going to hear a little bit about that from my director tonight. A little bit about you, though. Just curious, could you please raise your hand? Do you have any children or grandchildren currently in the Clark County School District? I have about, I'd say about a third of the audience. Great. One other question. Is anyone here a product of the Clark County School District? Wow, even more hands. Excellent. Anyone from Chaparral High School?
Yes.
Go Cowboys. 89. I knew you looked familiar. All right, very good. So, we're here for a topic that is near and dear to all of our hearts. Whether you have children, whether you have grandchildren, whether you are a product of the Clark County School District, we hear in the newspaper all the time what is going on with the education system. And I know Lisa is out there fighting the fight at Cannon, so thank you very much on the ground level, all the way up to Trustee Craner, who's now the president of the School Board of Trustees. And so it's very important to not only get your input, to kind of understand what you see in the newspaper, in the media, in the television, what does it all mean? So Aaron gave me the clicker tonight, and we're going to find out what this all means together. You hear about our rankings out in the newspaper. And there's actually 3 different rankings that they're looking at. The first one, they call it the Quality Counts Chance for Success. I'm not going to read all these slides, I promise. And Quality Counts K-12 Achievement. That is the important one to keep in mind today. And then the Kids Count, which is the K-12 education. You hear in the newspaper, Vegas, or actually Nevada, is ranked 51st. And you go, oh my gosh, what is going on? Well, you know what? The statistics aren't actually telling you what is going on. The Quality Counts is the one you need to look at based on achievement. Where are we, and where can our kids achieve? We break the records right there. We are at...
Can I just interrupt you?
Yes.
Would it be okay if we dim the lights here so we can see the screen better?
Okay.
Okay, I think it's still like enough that somebody needs to conduct some business in the back. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So the important part to know is that our kids are achieving. We are 36 out of 51. And when they say, no, you're at the bottom, our kids are achieving. And I'm going to go ahead and show you a little bit of what Erin put together for you. It says, what can we learn from them? Well, a couple of things what we're going to look at tonight is strategizing on building on our strengths. She put together a few things that are going on currently on our strength. Another one is to pinpoint what we do in our schools, what reforms are working, and where to avoid some of those reforms. And we're not only looking at Clark County, we're looking at all over the United States to see what is going on, what is impacting. A couple of the strengths, and I am going to take a little time on this and then we're going to move on. Some of our strengths that you see out, we are the fastest improving state in middle school literacy. That is huge. And you're sitting here going, well, I thought one number, 51, represented everything we do in education. Those who are a product of the school district know there are pockets of greatness everywhere. It's just sometimes those numbers are skewed. We are improving in our literacy. Another one is Nevada is one of the fastest improving states in high school graduation. Did you see the newspaper? Does anyone know how many percentage points we went up?
10.
Is it 9 or 10?
10.
Is it 10? Okay, I was going with 9.
7 was your mistake.
Ah.
30 was not improvement.
And what you're looking at, you're like, oh my gosh, we're improving. Well, no, we were always there. It's just how they skewed the numbers. Are we counting all the people that went out of state? Are we keeping our records accurate? Or are our kids really starting to grasp the mastery of all those content areas? It's a little bit of it all. And we are going up, and we're going to just keep on going, so no longer with the 51. Another one, prior to 2011, Nevada was the national leader in closing ELL achievement gaps. That is huge. And tonight I'm very excited that my director's here. She's going to talk a little bit about some of the resources that Vegas PBS is also contributing to the Clark County School District to help close that gap. And then last but not least, Erin put up, prior to 2009, Nevada was the national leader in advanced placement achievement. That is huge. Does anyone know what advanced placement achievement means? Go ahead.
The AP tests can award a student college credit.
Absolutely. Excellent. Well put. kids are looking at careers, they are looking for college, they do have a quality education. It's just we need to make sure we understand what these statistics are saying. Aaron put these up here because what it's saying is, compared to the rest of the state out there, we need to start looking at Florida, Georgia, Texas, Kentucky. All of these are spots which are on the achievement gap. Their kids are achieving, and what are they doing to raise those points? So in doing so, here's some of the imperatives that we need to look at. She talks about literacy in reading in all subject areas. Huge to understand across the curriculum. Families, collaboration, teachers, leadership, it's all about engagement, and that's what you're doing here tonight. I hear about you going out and impacting the communities. Guess what? You're impacting the students and the kids and everything as well. So you are a huge portion of what it takes to get those graduation rates to rise. Student-centric paradigms. I'm not sure where we're going with that one. But resources to school, activities, and opportunities. School support. Schools cannot do it alone. They need you out there. They need, some of the businesses are coming in and helping. Some of you just individually. We have programs and partnerships that you're able to go in and work with schools, whether it's reading to a class or going in and being a mentor to one of those at-risk students that aren't quite sure where their place in the world is. It takes all of us to get in those schools and support to keep that graduation rate running higher. And then finally, last but not least, aligning resources with priorities, understanding and spreading success. This is huge. Our new superintendent, Pat Skrzykowski, is really putting a vision out there. In the end of February, he's going to be aligning, and Trustee Craner is right there, and she's going to be talking about a strategic plan. They're aligning all the positions in the Clark County School District based on our missions. So instead of people having crazy titles out there and you don't know where they fit in, every division is going to fit with a focus. And again, you're going to see that roll out a little bit later when Trustee Craner presents it to the district. These are some things we need to kind of avoid. I'm not going to read these to you, but they have spent a lot of money, these states, to try to raise their graduation rates. They bought into specific programs, and their rates are not increasing. We go back to what is working. You, involvement in the schools. You, expressing to kids they can do whatever they want to do with their life, whether it's going into a career, whether it's going on to college. It takes a community. So putting money in that you see up there isn't always the answer. It takes our community to get involved in those schools. Refining strategies. President Craner wanted to let you know that we have our school board meetings. We want to make sure that you know on March 20th at 5:30, the superintendent likes to have these meet and greets and really listen to what your issues are and what you would like him to address or explain or clarify or tell his vision of where he's going forward. So again, on March 20th at 5:30, if you're able to go to Bonanza High School, that would be amazing to hear a lot more about the school district. Okay, I'm not going to get into all this, but what you need to know is this is what is making us going to be successful. If you look, Nevada's 38th in family income. What happens is, this is where you come in, the resources. Vegas PBS has a few of these that we're able to share out there, but it takes you to say, here's how we're going to use them with our children. Another reason for our ranking out there, Nevada is last in parent education. Oh my gosh, parents, we've gone through school. What's going on? It's making sure that we don't get too busy and that we're able to pass that on to our next generation of children, the next generation of learners who know how important education was to us and to them. Nevada was 37th in parent employment. That's huge. A lot of you out there have seen Vegas go up and Vegas go down, and now it seems like we're coming on the rise again. But all that is what is impacting our kids in school. Nevada is 49th in linguistic integration. Again, what are we doing out there to close the gap with our ELL students in Zoom schools? Nevada is last by ways in preschool enrollment. It is huge that we start education as soon as we can. From when they start in this world, they take their first breath, we just keep that message going, and we will have a qualified workforce, and we'll just keep them going and support Nevada. Nevada is 50th in young adult education. How is that possible? They have education right at their fingertips. What's going on? Again, what are the resources when they graduate? Do we give them those transition tools onto their universities or their careers or whatever they're choosing? Nevada is 48th in adult education attainment. Well, guess what? Vegas PBS is here today, and Deborah Salt is going to actually address that one in a little more detail. Nevada is 37th in family annual income. That's shocking. When we hear about what's going on with minimum wage, when we hear that there are all these qualified jobs out there available, but they can't find anybody to fill them, what's going on with that? So we need to make sure that our educational alignment is preparing these children for the jobs of the future. And last but not least, Nevada is 45th in steady employment. We are on the rise, and we are bouncing back. So today, what is she doing? It's my honor to introduce one of the architects of the most powerful resources in this. Oh, I like that. She wrote that for you.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Okay. You take.